पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। वर्ष नंबर 277 I chant स्वात्मन्येव सदा स्थित्वा मनो नश्यति योगिनः वासनानां क्षयश्चातः स्व अध्यास अपनयम कुरु। I repeat, स्वात्मन्येव सदा स्थित्वा मनो नश्यति योगिनः वासनानां क्षयश्चातः स्व अध्यास अपनयम कुरु. The meaning is, being ever established in oneself, the yogin's mind becomes still. Then there is a complete cessation of residual impressions. Therefore, diligently put an end to all your superimpositions. One more time, translation. The yogi's mind dies, being constantly fixed on his own real self. Hence, follow the cessation of desires. Therefore, do away with your superimpositions. Now we enter a new chapter. The chapter is and superimposition. Superimposition means adhyas. So how to remove? We know the superimposition. We understand what is superimposition. How to remove? Shankaracharya shows a path how to remove. The root cause of all sorrow, misery, transmigration, bondage is adhyas. Means superimposition. So we have to remove this superimposition. Adhyas means wrong knowledge, wrong understanding, and about our essential nature. It is not matter snake in the rope. The matter is with your own self. We forget our own self. That is why there are so many problems. You just remember yourself. Remembrance of yourself is remedy of all problems. Remembrance of your real self will happen only removing adhyas. Here is being given many ways to practice for a seeker to remove the superimpositions. The first way is yogic way. How a yogi removes these superimpositions. Let's understand. The first way is way of yoga. So yoga is the authentic book. We have very basic and advanced. That is Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So Patanjali, in very beginning, he said what yoga is. Yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is cessation of all thoughts. Yoga is cessation of all modification of the mind. He said completely cessation of the thought, not partially. He did not say you control bad thoughts and good thoughts you okay. No, he did not say that. He said completely, no exception. If he had said partially thoughts cessation, we would find out a way to escape. We would misinterpret. That is why he said completely. However, then he will give definition of the meditation. He will say continuation of similar thoughts. In meditation, thoughts are there. So first definition is of the yoga, cessations of thought. Then what happens? Then he wrote next sutra, Tada Drishtu Sarupe Avasthanam. When cessation of all thoughts, all modifications of mind happens, then having done the cessation of thoughts, the yogi, the seer, established his own real nature. And third sutra, he says, Itaresam vritti sarupyam. In normally, the seeker, the yogi, has identification with thought. So see the difference. In common state, he is like normal in bodily life. That time, the yogi, the seeker, has identified with the thought. In state of samadhi, he becomes beyond of thought. Tada drishtu sarupe avasthanam. And when a yogi establishes his own real nature, it is a samadhi. What a yogi does? By practicing 8 limbs of yoga, yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Then he attains state of no mind. Be careful. No mind. Shankaracharya used the word minds, nashyati. Nashyati means dies. Finish. No mind. In a state of samadhi, he attained the state of no mind. There is no mind. But it does not mean there is no mind. Mind is there. But it behaves very different way. It behaves like no mind. It becomes like your no mind state. Before, mind was problem. Now mind becomes your friend. Now mind is not your enemy. Mind is not your problem. So this transformation of the mind, is death of the mind. Mind dies. Totally upside down. Mind is now your friend. So in yoga, we call it thoughtlessness, no mind, beyond mind, transcendental. We have used so many words. The meaning is the same. So death of the mind. How will this happen? Shankaracharya says, for its practice, ignore your mind. Be attentive. Ignore your mind and give respect to yourself, not your mind. Give respect to your dignity. Give respect to your glory. Give respect to your powers. Give respect to your presence. Do not care about mind. In front of your glory, mind is nothing, just zero. Your glory, you have forgotten. That is why mind became your master. You are like a servant. You follow your mind. So time has come. You become a master. And this is the proper way. So just remember your glory. Just remember your nature. And this ignored mind, avoided mind, is no mind state. It is the death of the mind. If you do not follow the mind, mind will follow you. Mind will behave like a good servant. And mind is a good servant, not a good master. So you are the good master. So Shankaracharya says, Swatmanneva sadastitva mano nashyatya yogina. The only way is to defeat your mind, to overcome your mind. You just concentrate yourself. Remember yourself. Remember your glory, your dignity, your nature, your presence. This the direct to how you can control mind. So this is the direct way. Just remember yourself. When mind becomes strong, remember yourself. I'm not so weak. I'm not your servant. But see what is happening. What is happening over the world? Everyone says, I will do whatever is come in my mind. I will do whatever will come in our mind. No. You decide and then order to mind. If there is no mind, then no desire. What mind is? Mind is nothing. Just impressions which we have collected from previous lives. Desires, impressions, that is the mind. Mind produces impressions. If mind does not work as a mind, then you are free from past. Be attentive. Mind means your past. Mind means your future. Mind does not exist in the present. Mind is in past. You are always in past. If mind is active, it means you are not in present. You are in past. Mind is active, it means you are in future. You are planning something. You are not present. And your presence is in present. And you are somewhere else. Your presence is in the present and you are somewhere in. Your mind will take you in future. Your mind will take you in past. And you are in present. So just forget past. Forget future. Try to remain in present. Try to remain in present. Not in the future, not in past. Past and future is the mind. You are in present. Your presence in a present. Mind means future or past. If you have attained the state of no minds, then no worry, no fear, no planning. You are in present. Enjoy your presence. I am here. Just look at yourself. Not in future, not in past. So this way, Shankaracharya says, this is the yogi's way. So no past, no future. You are in present. Your presence is very beautiful, very wonderful. You are real. Be with yourself. You are self-established. You are in your glory. So this is the way to negate your superimposition by yogic way. Tapo tamo dvabhyam raja sattvat sattvam suddhena nashyati tasmat sattvam avastabhya swa adhyas apayanam kuru. I repeat one more time. Tamo dvabhyam raja sattvat sattvam suddhena nashyati tasmat sattvam avastabhya swa adhyas apayanam kuru. See the translation. Tamas is overcome both by Rajas and Sattva. Rajas by Sattva and Sattva by purification. Therefore, taking recourse to Sattva, diligently put an end to your superimposition. Say the translation again. Tamas is destroyed by both Sattva and Rajas. And Rajas by Sattva, and Sattva dies when purified. Therefore, do away with your superimposition, though the help of Sattva. In second thought, is according to Sankhya. Sankhya. First thought was according to yoga, and second thought is according to Sankhya Yoga. More or less, yoga and Sankhya is very similar. Very similar. There are some differences, philosophical, but more or less they are same. So first thought was according to yoga, and second thought is according to Sankhya. So Sankhya philosophy says there is basic two elements. In Vedanta, we say there is only one without second. But in Sankhya philosophy says there is basic two elements. One is consciousness. The used word is Purusha. But to understand, you can use consciousness because you are very used to with consciousness. And another is Prakriti. Prakriti. You can understand as a Maya. So first is consciousness, another is Prakriti, the Maya. Prakriti means what? Prakriti is the combination of three gunas. Three gunas. Combination of Sattva, Raj, Tama. Three gunas. And these three gunas make all the universe. Our mind, our body, the all universe is created by three gunas, by Prakriti. They are responsible for our thinking. All creation is effect of these three gunas. Our all desires are rooted in three gunas. So all vasanas are divided in three categories. Our all images, sanskaras, can be categorized in three divisions: Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. These three gunas are Prakriti. Its different aspects influence individual soul. Sometimes Sattva affects us. Sometimes Rajas and sometimes Tamas affects our mentality, our body. Now, we take one by one. First is Sattva. When Sattva influence our mental activities, then we collect good impressions. We capture good images in our mind. These good impressions motivate us to do good activity, like charity. We do japa, we do study of good books, we help others, and it is because of Sattva. we do merit. Lastly, the Sattva-guna also is a bondage. The second is Rajoguna, Rajas. When Rajas comes in our mind, we become agitated, activated, restlessness, mentally and bodily. Rajoguna is like a power, like energy. We become engaged in activities. We want to do something. We collect many images from Rajoguna. Then comes Tamoguna. Tamoguna, tamas is a lower class guna. It wastes your time, energy. Tamas is heaviness in body, sleepy, anger, confusion, etc. They are also giving impressions in our mind. So these are three gunas. Every guna gives you some impressions, some thoughts. Gunas control our mind. So our mind is full of different impressions. All impressions take place in our mind, and one by one we suffer. Here Shankaracharya says, we have to control them. We have to eliminate them. How? See the way. Shankaracharya here shows a path how to control gunas. Tamo dvabhyam rajasattvam. Shankaracharya says, problem and solutions remains together. Just be careful. Your attention is required. Both are same place. So these three gunas are problems. If you can manage them, these gunas is remedy to. First, to defeat, to destroy tamoguna, you take support from sattva and rajas. See the path. Tamo dvabhyam rajas sattvat. To defeat, to eliminate tamoguna, you take support from rajoguna and sattva-guna. And slowly, slowly, your tamoguna will decay. Almost finish. Then start destroying to rajoguna. Rajoguna is your next target. And control rajoguna, you take support from sattva-guna. Sattva-guna will help you. Your effort is needed, Sri. Your effort is needed. So, take support of sattva-guna, you can destroy rajoguna. Sattvam then remains sattva-guna. Then remains only sattva-guna. And sattva-guna also a bondage. Shankaracharya says, Sattvam suddhena nashyati. By the purification, you pure more purification of sattva. To defeat rajoguna, just increase your sattva-guna. Then slowly, slowly, you select some high-class sattva-guna and just reject lower class Sattva-guna. When your purification becomes in advanced state, Sattva-guna also automatically will finish, will destroy. So that state, we call it Gunatit. In Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says, Gunatita Sayuchyata. Beyond of the three gunas. Three gunas cannot affect you. Shankaracharya says, then Tasma Sattvam Avashtabhya. So this way, gradually, you can remove your superimposition. Now, third one. Very interesting. Third one. Prarabdham pushyati vapuriti nischitya nischala dhairyam alabhya yatnena so adhyas apayanam kuru. I repeat one more time. Prarabdham pushyati vapuriti nischitya nischala dhairyam alabhya yatnena so adhyas apayanam kuru. Say the meaning. Knowing for certain that your prarabdha will sustain this body, remain steady and with courage and strive hard to put an end to your superimposition. Another way, translation, knowing for certain that the prarabdha will work, maintain your body, remain quiet and do away with your superimposition carefully and fortitude. Very, very interesting verse. And this way is of Puranas. First, we studied about yoga way. The second was according to Sankhya. The third one is according to Purana. How Purana approaches to destroy this superimposition. See, Shankaracharya says, Prarabdham pushyati vapuritihi. Prarabdham pushyati vapuritihi. We are always in worry because of body. Body is given to you not for worrying. Body is given to you to find out God. Body is a medium for self-realization. Body is just a medium. So don't waste. Don't take another way. Use it a proper way. So this is the boon for us, which is given by God. But what is happening? We are always worrying about body. Our all activities, all thinking are around the body. We are so engaged with the body, we do not have time for anything. Our whole existence is because of body. If body does not, then we will finish. So we are extra careful about body. We think body is, that is why I am here. But think deeply. We are not only body. We are more than body. Body is our very superficial expression. Body is a medium to express yourself. Body is a medium to express self. And one thing remember, body is not conditioned for the self. Body is the condition for expression. Because self is everywhere. Your presence is everywhere. Omnipresent. But body is the medium to its expression. So body is not everything. We are so much extra careful about body. And think, body has been given to you by your prarabdha. Think deeply. Whichever body you have, it is given to you by your prarabdha, your luck, your destiny. Your body has not been chosen by you. You have not chosen your body. Before birth, you didn't have any option. You couldn't say that I want this body. Oh God, this body do not give me. I want this body. Before your birth, you did not have any option. Anyone did not have any option to choose your body, to choose your parents. We did not have any option to choose our society, our country. We did not have. We got it because of our prarabdha, our luck. If we had freedom, choice of them, choice of body, society, family, we would have been chosen everything perfect. Every perfect body, perfect parents, a perfect family, perfect society, perfect country, everything. But it is not. If such had happened, then Duryodhana would not have been brother of Yudhishthira. See, the Mahabharata. Mahabharata happened because of two mentalities, two extreme points. One is Duryodhana, another is Yudhishthira. And same family. Same family. They were extreme points. One was Yudhishthira, another was Duryodhana. Very opposite, extreme point. If is it possible, then Duryodhana would not have been the brother of Yudhishthira. So we got them, society, family, parents, because of luck, destiny. This is our destiny. And body is our past karma's effect. Whatever we have done, good or bad, body is shadow of our past karmas. Our all things. Here body does not mean only body. Here body means your family, your society, your objects, everything. Body does not mean only body. Body means your everything, your world. Your all world is because of your destiny. So whatever you have, accept it with joy. Whatever you have got, say thank you to God. Accept it very joyfully. Do not blame anyone. Do not blame to God. Whatever you have, accept with thankfully. And do not worry. Don't worry. Your destiny will take care about your body. Your destiny will take care about your all the worlds. Destiny will maintain it. And destiny will take it to its last destination. Its last destination. See, we have limited freedom about the body. We have limited freedom about to maintain our world, about to maintain our family, our body, our property. We have freedom, but not absolutely. We have not absolute freedom. We have limited freedom. Not absolutely. You do your best. You do your best effort to make body healthy and fit. You do. You try to maintain. But you see, we are more careful about body. And today, these days, we are so knowledgeable. Everyone has knowledge as doctor has. We know what we should do, how many proteins, calciums, vitamins, which vitamins we should take. We know everything. And we eat. What is the result? What is the result? You are eating proper meal. There are so many meals how to eat full of social media. And you know which meal should you eat? Proteins, calcium, so there are so many things. But as a result, still we have diabetes, still we have blood pressure, heart attack, kidney, liver, and all other problems. Why? We have so much advanced science, medical science, but nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. And see, one more thing, I remember what is happening all over the world. Just a small, invisible virus enters in this world, and all world becomes helpless. It is invisible. You cannot see by naked eyes. The world is helpless. We have advanced science. We have destructive weapons, but no use. We call it collective destiny. Collective destiny. Every country is suffering. A small invisible virus is a challenge for all powers, all countries, the whole world. People are dying. We are just watching. So powerful countries cannot do anything. They are helpless. We are trying to overcome from this situation. So this is the luck. So same in individual level, we have so many problems, so many disease, accident, death is happening. No one wants to be sick. But see, the hospitals are full. Shankaracharya says, Prarabdham pushyati papuriti nishchitta nischala dhairyam alabhya yatanena. So your body, your all around, your surroundings, your destiny will maintain. Because it is given by destiny. So only destiny can maintain and destiny can destroy. You have very little freedom. So why are you worrying? Why are you worrying? Just relax. Relax. Surrender to the God. Not direct surrender to destiny. Surrender to God. Whatever will come tomorrow, I will accept it very joyfully. What will come next moment, I'm ready. I'm ready. Absolutely, I'm ready. Be ready before it happens. Dhairyam alabhyatanena. So get ready yourself. Whatever condition will come with your body, with your family, with your society, with your country, with your surroundings. And I'm ready. Because you cannot change. You cannot do. So just accept. This is dhairyam. Just accept. I am ready. I am ready for this situation. Thank God. Yatanena swadhyas apanam kuru. So yatanena, by practicing this thought process, leave to the God, surrender to the God, and be free. Why are you so worried? Just leave to the God. God will take care. And you becomes free. This way, swa-adhyas, your superimposition, just remove. Now, next one. Naham jiva param brahma ityetat avritti purvakam vasana vegata praptah swa-adhyas apayanam kuru. I repeat one more time. Naham jiva param brahma ityetat vyavritti purvakam vasana vegata praptah swa-adhyas apayanam kuru. The translation is, I am not the limited self, Jiva. I am the supreme Brahman. Thus, by eliminating all that is not self, diligently put an end to your superimpositions, which arise through the force of your past desires. See the translation in another way. I am not the individual soul. but the Supreme Brahman. Eliminating thus all that is not self, do away with your superimposition, which has come through the momentum of past desires. The thought number fourth. How to proceed? The fourth thought is based on Vedanta. First was based on yoga, second was Sankhya, another was Puranas, and fourth is based on Vedanta. Vedanta's approach is very direct approach. I'm not jiva. I'm not individual soul. So what supreme position is? Supreme position means adhyas is misjudgment, wrong knowledge, wrong understanding. And this wrong understanding is not about snake in rope. This wrong understanding is about your own self. That is why there is a big problem. So Vedanta's approach is just, I am not individual soul. I am not jiva. It means I know myself. I know myself. And I know myself as a self, as a soul, not inert. Remember, I know myself as a soul, as a consciousness. But I know myself with something. With something. It is not pure soul. It is mixed by something. The soul may be mixed with gross body. It may be mixed with prana, our mind, our intellect. So see, when I understand that I am this body, then I think about only this body. This body is the limit for my thinking. This body is limit. But this body is unconscious. I am not unconscious. You are conscious. You are complete conscious. You are always conscious. Consciousness is your nature. You are conscious. You are not partially conscious. So you are not body. Body is conscious, not inert. So just think, I am conscious. So this is your expression. I am conscious. It is your shining. It is your manifestation without any support, without any condition. It present everywhere. But body is condition from which the Supreme Self can express itself. If the condition is human body, then expression would be, I am human being. I am young. I am woman. I am child. I am old. But when advanced thought is there, I am prana. Then I am hungry. I am thirsty. Then more advanced thoughts will come. Then I am intelligent. I am not intelligent. I am tired. I am sinner. I am meritorious. It means there is something I did with soul. You are pure soul. But we add something. We sometimes add body, sometimes add prana, sometimes intellect. Then we express myself like I am thirsty, I am hungry. And in more advanced stage, thought will come, I am individual soul. I am individual soul. Individual soul means I am jiva. After this body, I will take another body. Either I will go hell or heaven, or I will take another body. I will not die this body. So just to think, I am not the body, I am not the individual soul, I am the Supreme Brahman. Naham jiva param brahma ittetat avritti purvakam. So just remove this thought, I am the jiva, I am the jiva. This thought has come to you through your past life's impressions. Because of your past life's impressions, just remove them, eliminate them, and your superimposition will eliminate. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Puna Puna. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Mitana.